What's up, everybody? We are live again, 7th edition of this. Today, this one is for the filmmakers. This guy's probably filmed your favorite 30 for 30 because he's filmed about 10 or 15 of them. He films with the legendary Hock Films. I've known G for about 7 years. We filmed together in New York with Hock Films, so he's going to be joining us too. We're going to get into his career. He's literally filmed two of my favorite documentaries, Through the Fire and Unguarded, both with Hock Films, so this should be pretty dope. G's a character for sure. A legend in this game. He got 7 Emmys. He's filmed 10 to 15 30 for 30s. I stopped counting. Dude's just a legend. He started with, and I was telling everybody, you filmed two of my favorite documentaries, and that's before I ever even met you. That was Through the Fire and Unguarded. So, yeah, I think I only ever told you that on like a social comment or something, but that's...
No, I got a funny story, right? So, like, producers be trying to stutter me, like, why they not flying me to L.A., right? They like, yeah, we ain't flying you to L.A. because we got this dope shooter. His name is Tanasis. I'm like, hold on. You can't stutter on me with Tanasis. I'm supposed to stutter on you that I knew Tanasis.
That's right.
You can't stutter on me. He's from New York.
Yeah, exactly. My bad for taking away those West Coast trips, bro.
Nah, it's all good because it be the same project. They don't get it. That's like, yo, man. Like, yeah, get him to shoot it, man.
Yeah.
Make it easier for me. Like,
appreciate it, bro. Yeah, West Coast has been good to me. Yo, so what I want to get into, I've been doing content on my sports brand, Fresh Focus Sports, and I've been bringing on athletes, but filmmakers, coaches, all this stuff. So with you, I want you to speak to the filmmakers out there because your story is super unique. Like, not many people have your story. More people have more traditional stories. Arnold just joined us, undefeated boxer. What's up, Arnold? Your story is way more out of the blue. So I want you to just start it. How did you get involved in filmmaking? Take me back to how you got involved with Hock Films.
oh man, like I'll take you back. I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in the Spike Lee area, 40 acres and a mule. So growing up, we'd see Spike Lee driving back and forth in a Range Rover while we stand in the front of the building, kicking raps and stuff like that. Like, that was my first experience of wanting to be a filmmaker, right? And then I used to attend this after-school program called Creative Arts Workshop in the city. So a whole bunch of at-risk youth around the city. We'd meet up in the city and Creative Arts Workshop. They'll teach us like all kind of art projects, like we'll flip a park, like it'll be a crack park, and we'll totally gut it out and paint a mural on the wall, plant the flowers and all of that. So it was like, just using creativity from the beginning, which led to everything else. You know what I mean? Like growing up in Brooklyn, being around the Spike Lee area, and we used to see him, on the leisure, right? And he used to give dudes in the neighborhood opportunities to be on the soundtrack. So like when I was in Brooklyn, I used to rap before I even was doing movies, right? So when I write a rap, I always would see it, how I would want it to be directed or how I would want it to be shot. So at this after school program, NFL Films presented this contest for inner city youth to write and direct their own movie. And Jon walks into the building. So now I'm like a 12, 13-year-old GeeLock, from Brooklyn, always watch Spike Lee drive, stunting on us in the Range Rover, like, oh man, I want a range, I want to be like him. He on his way to do the right thing
right yeah.
And we on the block posted. So when I saw Jon, I felt like, that was my opportunity. I was like, he could teach me how to be Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? At the time, I was too old for the program, right? But the rest of the kids at the program wasn't even listening to Jon. And I don't know why I used to watch NFL Films documentaries back then when I was doing music. And one day they had a documentary about Jon. So when he walked in, I knew already who he was.
Yeah.
13-year-old kid from Brooklyn, listening to hip-hop, you know, battling everybody. Like, you know, he caught my attention. And at that program, you know, it was just friends and family. So we'd be in there doing arts and stuff like that, but we'd be hanging out and thinking we too cool, and you know, some of the kids wasn't listening to Jon, and I was so locked in from the second I met him, and I was like, yo, this dude is amazing, because I already seen what he can do. And we worked on our first documentary called 4 Stories on the Other Side of the Tracks, right? And it was 4 different kids, and one of the stories was on me and my rap group, and we got Jon to direct.
Oh, that is dope.
Video.
That is super dope.
They don't know that.
No, so for people who don't know, Jon Hock is like, he's a legend, man. NBA back in the day, NFL Films. He's probably done your favorite 30 for 30, but the dude's just a legend. So for Jon to film your rap video at 14 is bananas.
In Washington Heights, on the roof, in the studio, you know what I'm saying? Us driving around Washington Heights, picking up random girls to be in the video. Like, yo, y'all want to be in the video? We about to shoot it right now.
That's crazy.
We got 4 girls who didn't speak no English, but Jon know how to speak bad languages. So
that's amazing, dude. I gotta see that video.
Yo, I wish I had it all queued up, but you know,
yeah.
Quarantine joint, like, you know, but that was my first introduction to film. And once we did that story, and you know, we edited at NFL Films, you know, in Mount Laurel, and I'm looking at the facilities, and man, just my mind just being blown, seeing what, you know, being creative, you know, really is consists of, you know.
Or that it actually exists as a profession. I had that epiphany once too. I was like, yo, people do this?
I'm talking about $1 billion facilities, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, you know, like going into the coloring room, and you know, back then it was film. So even when Jon shot our first video, it was Super 16.
Yeah.
So we watching them change the film in the little baggie and whatnot, bringing out the lenses. And no sooner he told us how much the camera cost, you know, the Super 16 millimeter camera, he was like, yeah, that's like $140,000. We're like, what?
He was trusting you at that point.
This ain't the I don't think I even touched the camera. Yeah, I did touch the camera. He always would be like, he'd be like, oh, you see something there? Yeah, boom, there, shoot it.
That's dope, man.
And then I grab, like, oh, word, mother. All right, boom. And I grab it, I shoot it. I don't know, man. I don't know if I answered your question.
Nah, you did. You nailed it. And it's crazy. That's why I'm saying your story is so crazy. Like, you learned from one of the greatest documentary filmmakers from Jump Street, from when you were like 13. Like, that's crazy. So take me from when you're in that program to, it can't be that much later where you start to film Sebastian Telfair's senior year in high school, which is 2004, which ends up becoming the documentary Through the Fire.
You know what? That came about crazy because we shot the AND1 mixtape tour.
Right. I skipped that. My bad.
Yeah, but this is how we discovered Sebastian, because we did 13 years on the AND1 tour, and the AND1 tour was everything, and it was so real that the themes of the tour was actually real life. Like, kicking your play off the bus. It all started because the first year we all put a pot and they kicked GeeLock off the van. They kicked me out the van. So that was the theme of the tour. The next year it was given, art imitating life and life imitating art, right? So even like Crash the Court Crash the Court used to happen because every city we'll go to, you know, we gotta look for the habit. You know, like there's a whole bunch of street dudes in a new city. We in Kansas City. We ain't never been in Kansas City before.
Yeah.
So where could we find out what kind of stuff, right? Go to the hood, go to the gas stations. So when we go to the gas station, they're like, yo, that's hot sauce? Come on, man, that's that dude from T.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hot sauce. You want something like it?
Yeah.
The camera, you know what I mean? So in a turn, it'd be something about simply just hanging out.
You could feel that. You could feel that energy when you watched that show. It was not scripted. It was not it was well produced, but it wasn't overly produced. There was nothing where you were like, where you feel the fake corniness now. Like you felt like you were on the road with these dudes moving.
It was produced so well because they took all this chaotic life that we was just living in the fast pace and made sense of it.
Yeah.
It turned it into stories. But we out there, shoot it. Hey, what's going on? Hey, it was World Star before World Star. It's just me with a camera rolling around with basketball legends. You know what I mean? I could do anything at any time, and they just didn't give a fuck. Everything was so off the cuff that it was just, we had access to capture the madness, and Jon and them produced it up, right? But I know I'm going a long way to explain what happened. That Crash the Court, when we got to New York, we was like, oh, we know a court that we could crash. Let's go crash this one in Coney Island. And when we crashed the court in Coney Island, everywhere else we'll crash the court, destroy everybody. Everybody. Boom. So it became a pride thing. You're walking into the gym with the best players in the world. Right? We go to Coney Island. Like, oh, what's going on? Here's this kid.
Yeah.
This kid is giving us a problem.
Yeah,
off the top, like he's giving us a problem. The mood is changing. The mood is going from to against us. And I'm like, that's what happened. That's how we met Sebastian, right? So then the next step, I think HBO, Bob Costner and them, they wanted to do a story on Sebastian. And we was like, oh yeah, that's that kid we was just with. Boom. So Jon was like, yeah, you want to go down there and film a little interview for HBO? And we went down there and we did it. And when we did that interview, we both looked at each other and was like, you know, I think AND1 was coming to an end. And we was like, what's going to be next? And when we interviewed Sebastian, we was like, yo, this kid, when you talk about superstar, like you just feel it being around him. We was like, yo, we need to just be around him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mind you, while we were shooting that film, Brooklyn superstar kid, he don't want Corny GeeLock and y'all around with cameras.
Yeah.
So it was not like it was cool. Like, it was not like it was cool. I was on some TMZ shit to the fullest.
Really? I would have never knew that. Even that scene when you're walking with him and his friends to like his last game or like to the train, like it seems like you were like kind of embedded in with them.
No, Sebastian was there. That was his friends.
Oh.
Sebastian drove.
Oh.
Man, you ain't see Sebastian on the train. Sebastian had that new Z Nissan with the buttons and the spaceship sounds. He had on that from the gate. Like,
yo.
This is why I couldn't keep up with the kid, because I lived in Staten Island at the time, so I'm taking a boat to the train, and this was right when the boat ferry crashed and all of that that happened. GeeLock had no car. Sebastian had all kind of spaceships.
That's great, man. You know when
you're trying to keep up, and we got cool when I found him in Greece. When I went all the way to Greece, did not know where he was at. Jon basically sent me on a dummy mission. He was like, just go to Greece, and do GeeLock. I know you're gonna do GeeLock and find him. Yo, I take a plane all the way to Patrick's Grease. No sooner I get off the plane, not knowing where I'm going, I see the newspaper. This is how famous this kid was. I picked up the newspaper in Greece. He was right on the cover.
Wow.
I looked at the cab driver, showed him the newspaper. He knew when this kid was.
Oh, man.
He's like, oh, jump in.
Yo, and that's before Google Maps. That's before all that.
That's before Uber. That's before the internet.
Yeah. Basically.
The only thing we had was Black Planet. That's what we had, Black Planet, and a thing called MySpace.
I don't even think MySpace was there yet, bro. That was 04.
Yo, it was barely, because if all of those things was out before, we would have been the kings of this stuff. Now I'm trying to catch on.
Yeah.
And find out how we get to the live and all this stuff. Yo, I gotta say, this is dope, man, because there's a lot of creators out there. Lady Willow, I see you. You in the building. I had to give a little shout out.
Of course.
There's a lot of creators out here who don't get the attention, but I sit here all day and watch dudes who just get out of jail and they be talking their jail philosophy, and I'll be entertained. We need more creators.
Definitely, bro. And you got stories. Tell people, bro, how many 30 for 30s have you shot as the main DP?
Damn, I've probably shot like 12 of them.
Yeah, bro, it's been a lot. I counted on my hand 10 before, and that was just, I didn't even look it up. I could just go. When I first really got introduced to you, I think was, so I got linked up with Hock Films in 2011 through Pod, talking to John for me, and then when I shot the KD thing that went viral, Alex found out that I shot it through my friend. And between those two things, John was like, all right, let's give him a chance. And I got, the first thing I ever shot for Hock Films was Fastball. I went right into, it was either Fastball or MLS Insider.
Big leagues.
Yeah. And I shot with John too. And I shot with John too. I went to Pittsburgh with John or something like that. So I was like completely, you know.
Oh yeah, you. First of all, you got the two best co-stars in the world, Pod.
Yeah, Pod and Alex.
Pod, Alex, Phil, and GeeLock and Vot.
Yeah.
That's the whole team.
Yeah.
Like that's the main core.
Right.
You in there? Yeah, dude. Fastball was amazing, and I feel like enough people really ain't see it to really know the magnitude of it, or at least my audience ain't see Fastball.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, some clients I work with, they be like, yeah, why you never did this? Why you never did that? I'm like, dude, you know I got a movie with Kevin Costner. Like, yo, Steven Spielberg, like, yo, come on, man. Like,
yeah.
And I'm just humble, so I don't say nothing. I just, sometimes I sit there with the stupid GeeLock face, like, woo.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I'm like, these niggas don't be reading nothing.
Right.
Yo, Fastball was, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who this guy is, T-Nash, this dude is an amazing filmmaker. I cannot stress this enough. Not a lot of people will have me shave and iron on quarantine. I was quiet, yo, T-Nash. I was quiet.
I saw it. But you got one of the most entertaining IG stories when you go for it, though.
Yo, I've been falling in love with the repost. The repost is this, because look, when I put my blood, sweat, and tears or something in a project, right, and we put it on the network, it go crazy, right? I put it on the internet and I get like 2 likes. My soul be getting like, I don't know, I feel a certain way. Like, damn.
So, yo, let me get to the next thing, because this is a easy lead-in, because I said you literally shot 2 of my favorite docs, and the next one was Unguarded, and that was still before I met you guys. I met you guys like shortly after I saw that. That doc, whoever has not seen that doc, there's no reason during quarantine not to see it. It's just an amazing story. Forget sports. It's just an amazing human story. I mean, the dude's an unbelievable person. What'd you take away from that doc?
Yo, hanging out with Chris Herron, like, you know how you have a taste for food, you have a taste for certain food, right? And your palate never changes, right? Hey, Chris is so dope as a person. I eat steamed clams and all of that stuff because of Chris. Yo, not only is that movie so dope, one day he invited us over to the house and his father caught some like clams right out of Fall River, right out of the bay. Boom, brought that over to his crib, and he was like, "Yeah, I got some steamed clams." You know, I ain't never tried that before, right? I ate the clams. Yo, that shit was the best shit I ever tasted. I'll eat it to this day, and that's because of Chris Herron, yo. That's the sidebar. But his story is so amazing. He's such a good person. And it radiates from just looking at him. You wouldn't believe the things he's been through. You know, like he's been through a lot, and to still have that good soul that projects off of him. Like you feel it while you watching it, right? I felt it while I was filming it. Like I'm filming. Usually I'll be filming stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I'm trying to survive the day. But hanging out with Chris and filming him and filming his story, I knew I was filming something special. I was witnessing something special, and here's the evidence. I'm bringing the evidence to let the rest of the world see or feel what I'm feeling, right? And I just, it was an honor, and I felt super blessed to tell that story. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you go to work and it's just like a day where you're like, yeah, I'm just here for the money, man. I ain't here for the good.
Nah, 100%. That's real. That is absolutely real. There's certain projects that are going to touch your heart along the way where you're just going to be doing it for a different reason, for sure. And so real quick, for people that haven't seen that story, Chris was a world-class basketball player, but he struggled with the addiction of drugs, and it got to the point where he was shooting heroin and waiting for his drug dealer outside the Boston Garden before he played for the Boston Celtics. Like, it's extreme. Like, if you haven't seen that movie, it's worth the watch. And I just knew a lot of people just coming from the East Coast that have dealt with drug issues, whether it's friends or, you know, family of friends. Like, you know, it's a sad thing, and what he did and what he overcame is really just an inspiring story. That's why the story's so great. The inspiration is just unbelievable.
40, and he was dropping 40.
Yeah.
we get that. My man was getting buckets on y'all. After waiting for his dealer, getting buckets, yo.
So G.
Amazing story. Yes.
So G, for someone that as we said, 7-time Emmy winner, 12 30 for 30s, you know, followed the World Cup soccer team, followed, you know, every sport, you've done it all. You've literally have done it all. You know, the Russian hockey team that, you know, that story's amazing. The Russian hockey team that lost to the US. You guys told that story. What advice, if you, out of all the stuff that you've gained, would you give someone that's about to go down the route that we went in terms of being a documentary filmmaker?
Oh man, I would say shoot everything, man. Like shoot everything, watch everything. You know, it's nothing better than, you know, hours or time behind the wheel, right? I'm getting better still to this day. Like I still make mistakes still to this day. Like I still be on set. I was on set the other day, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But, let me get that back.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like the jitters never go away, right? The jitters and the nervousness just lets you know that you're alive. But doing it over and over again, you build the confidence, or being in so many scenarios that you could reuse them. You could reuse the scenario, something that you learned before. Now it's your thing, and now you got a bag of tricks that you apply into every project. So the more you shoot, you get familiar with these default settings. Yo, we got DNA tooth in here. Hold up, it's lit now, T-Daz. that you could bring to every shoot, and after a while, it becomes confidence. It becomes confidence, and that confidence becomes assertiveness of, nah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Nah, that's real talk, man. I actually have a good story of you instilling confidence in me with that. But I think what you're saying is basically right for every profession. Like, if you're a nervous basketball player, when you shoot, you got to put up more shots to get more confident in that, so there's no more nerves. Yeah. And it's the same thing with filming. Yeah. And I remember, so I'll give a quick story. 2015, me and you were filming Kentucky versus Duke in Chicago for the Coach Cal's documentary, the 30 for 30, which doesn't come out for like a year or two after that. This was early. This was one of the first shoots. And we had a mic on Coach Cal's, and that was our job for the day. We were just going to follow Coach Cal around the United Center and prepare for that game. And again, I only had been filming with Jon for maybe 2 years, and you're nervous because you want to make sure you're doing right. You make sure you want to make sure that you're getting the right shots as the second camera guy. I'm second camera guy to you. I want to make sure I'm getting the tight shots when you're getting the wide shots or what have you, right? And people in film know that. And at that point, I was asking a ton of questions, which comes across as not having confidence. And I'm asking you, I'm like, yo, G, what should I do when Coach Cal's doing this? Should I do this? And I was asking all these questions, and you look at me and you go, Teen-ass, just get busy. And you know what? It's great advice. And the advice to me was, the way I took it as, I know you're nice, bro. Chill out. Just go kill it. You follow off of my lead. I'm gonna kill it. You're gonna do it, and we're gonna be home back at the hotel. Eating a burger, and it's gonna be all good.
You know what? Because when you have somebody else there that get busy, no matter how busy you get, that person is saving your ass.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, you saving me. Dude, yeah. Just get busy. I'm like, I'll take these two little shots I got, bow, put those with your shots, give them to the producers. They gonna add that music in there. The people gonna see it. They gonna cry. This is easy, man. It's easy when you get busy. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. I want to tell the young filmmakers, man, don't be scared. There's no rules to this, man.
Yeah.
There's no rules to getting busy.
It's true.
So ain't no standards or none of that. I hear that to this day. I'm over here trying to sell this movie. These big corporations trying to rate me like I'm new to the game because the director, he knew, but that's my homie, and I got his back. But we've been through this.
Yeah.
We get this party started off the keyboard right here. Wow.
It's important advice because there's so many rules when it comes to filmmaking. If you're gonna follow those rules, you're just gonna be another that wave.
You're gonna be a robot.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have your own style. You can't just keep on doing what other people are doing. So it's perfect. It's great advice. So G, real quick, out of all the 30 for 30s that you filmed, what do you think is your favorite project to be a part of out of every project? Because you recently you were in the Dominican with Felipe Lopez. You shot the film Off the Res, which is an Indian reservation. Like I said before, you were in Russia for the Miracle on Ice, the reverse doc of that. What do you think's your favorite project when it's all said and done?
That's crazy. That's so hard. It's so hard because all of those projects and all of those people, they're all family. I fell in love with them. I got a new set of friends and family and all of that because of these films. Got a whole new life because of these films. Each one of them impact me in a whole different way. That's so hard because you can tell when the project is good and when you feel the love through while you watch it. You know what I mean? You can feel the love through the lens. And you know what? Just to have an answer, I would say the AND1 Mixtape Tour, just because that was my first taste of just experiencing America. You know what I mean? Every summer we was in 33 cities that I would never expected to ever gone, or why are we here? Why are y'all here? Like, oh, it's lit. And because AND1 made every city, and people say, oh, I don't like Kansas, oh, I don't like Kentucky. We're like, what? That was popping on Minnesota. Everywhere we went, North Dakota, the Popcorn Palace, it was lit.
Yeah.
When you was there with them, because they was the life of the party.
Of course, it's who you with. It's who you with.
Yeah, and but even though walking around DR with Felipe was super lit. Super lit. Yo, it's a different world, man. The people love that guy, and he got love for the people, and it was crazy. It's like, you know, in America, everybody pride themselves for being the biggest gangster and all. I got to be the smug and stuff like that. Other places in the world, you get props for being the most hospitable, and the most kind, and the coolest person. That's what they weigh it on. You the man. If you was hospitable, come here, sit down. Oh, we ain't got nothing. Oh, take my last piece of bread.
Right.
And they like, yo, that's the man. He gave up his last slice of bread. I'm like, damn, why we can't be like that, man?
Yeah.
We on each other. A second ago, I was about to peep out that Emmy. I see you got
it. Yo. Dude, now you know why it's so fun to work on set with GeeLock. Yeah, there she is.
Hey, hold on. I got so many computers around here, yo. I'm kicking over. Man, listen, every day is a quarantine when you're a filmmaker, B.
Yeah, no, there's a funny meme about editor that's the same picture, and it's like editing before quarantine and editing during quarantine. It's the same thing.
He peeking out the window like, oh, it's a beautiful day, and then he come over here and right here at the end of the joint.
So
I'm working on a project right now, Hock.
Oh, what's that? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I had a couple of more questions for you. What's the new projects you guys have in the works?
With Hock, you know, we just finished St. Benedict's Men. Us following, you know, the St. Benedict.
Yeah, Powerhouse, New Jersey team. Yep.
Yeah, that's on Quibi, and we're working on a project called Legacy on I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's all good. So, G, what about your own company, real quick, as we're getting down here? 51 Designs. What type of projects are you doing on your own?
The Between Wars right now. We got a series of original scripts that we going out and shooting. I know we kind of took the back seat for a minute, you know, just to recalibrate things. You know, we've done a lot of projects like battle raps and rap videos and dibbled and dabbled in the music, because music is my first love. But now we're taking it, we just want to create a gang of original content, you know, collaborate with all kind of young creators and just create our own. That's how this Between Wars thing came together. We got Michael Imperioli, Bosco, NDO Champ, all of these great actors.
Yeah.
First-time actors in one film, and it was just a collective of creators just
That's
getting
awesome.
together and just creating our own little thing. And it's going to be great. I'm excited to see what the people take from it.
And where's that going to view? Where are they going to be able to see that?
Oh, they're going to see that on Vimeo. On Vimeo. Yeah, Vimeo.com.
All right, and
a little link.
I'm going to toss a question out of the comments here from Dan, who we actually both know, Dan Lennon. You know Dan? Boston, he's a Boston area guy. Well, he follows you too. That's how we...
Yes.
Yeah. So Dan hit you with a question. He said, what is the future project that you haven't worked on that you want to work on?
Yo, man, I like movies with the special effects and all that dope, crazy shit, right? I would love to shoot like a Spider-Man or something from, you know, my perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I never, you know, Fastball was the closest we got to working on a big super duper budget with
Yeah.
crazy effects and all of that stuff. I like those kind of films, you know. And for us, we do a lot of documentaries, so we get stuck with people not taking a chance and letting us film one of those films or something like that. So it's always good to challenge yourself, and I want to challenge myself by shooting a film like that.
That's dope.
Like action adventure.
Yeah, yeah. Can't get much higher than that. I mean, that's the pinnacle of the game right there.
I'm so caught up in like Marvel and all of that stuff. Like this whole quarantine, I just been like, you know, we have an Avengers marathon up in here, Ninja Turtles. Watching all that space out shit to get away from reality for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
I like that type. And I like that type of stuff just to know what you could do. Like, oh, you shot it broad daylight, and then you went back and you took the sky out and made it look nighttime and in post.
Especially nowadays.
Dude, that's crazy. Like, we shot this movie. We doing pursuits. It's like, oh, we could turn that into boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, why would we do that? Like, you know, I would like to give that a shot, you know, because sometimes you need to spark it up, you know, rekindle the flame a little bit. Even though the flame is there, I love it. But I want to do magic shit too. I want to do a black Harry Potter. He coming through with the little stick. Like, yo, what you talking about, son? Ah, frog, nigga, dead. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. It's definitely some comedy.
I'm sure you got endless ideas, bro. I'm sure you have endless ideas.
We've been shooting the Netflix specials too. You know, we ain't union, so they don't give us our props. But yeah, all that day, yeah, we in the building, son.
See, now everyone has a quick glimpse of why he's the funnest dude in the game to work with right here.
Yo, dude, man, because if it ain't fun, what we doing it for, man?
Exactly.
We'll be up in the corporate suit getting paid way more or getting paid on time. You know what I'm saying? Like, my checks don't come on time. That's another... Oh, let me get off this line, man. I'm gonna start airing people out. Like, there's some companies, it's a pandemic. You're running around owing me money, son. You lucky they shut down the highway, son. Can I be at your office, son? You know why, you know, you gotta pay me mine, son. I ain't that professional. I'm cool as shit. You know, maybe that ticket. You need that ticket, son.
Oh, man.
Look at us sweating.
Yeah, bro, you got me dying laughing over here, man. Yo, geez, anything you want to leave the people with? Anything you want to leave young filmmakers with?
Yeah, the young filmmakers, man, I love y'all, man. Keep grinding. Always reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out to anybody. Just call them up. Tell them what you want. Don't be bashful. None of that shit. Like, yo, dude, I think I can shoot your shit better than anybody could. Give me a chance. Let me work. And if it ain't good, then let's do it again and do it over. Just keep working, man. Keep creating the world you want to live in. The world is never gonna change until you change it.
Yeah. Word. Nah, I like it. I love it, bro. G, I appreciate you coming on, man, and telling your story, man. A lot of laughs, bro. That was funny, man. You the best, bro. It was great to see you.
Yo, appreciate this opportunity.
All right, bro. We in the building.
All right.
All right, peace.